Alright, so Miss Marvel Episode 3 is available now on Disney+. I know I'm a little late to my review, but it's just how it goes sometimes. Also, I need to try to make this a little quick because I'm going to see Elvis in like an hour. So I want to be able to get there in time and get my snacks and all that. But yeah, let's talk about Episode 3. This will be a purely spoiler review, so if you haven't watched Episode 3, or really, any of the episodes so far, I suggest you click off the video. So, yeah, do that now if you don't want spoilers. But let's start off at the beginning, shall we? Also, there's a couple flies flying around right now. I think I inhaled one at one point, so my voice kind of hurts. It's really annoying. I need a fly swatter, but too busy right now. So we open in British-controlled India in 1942, and a group of people find a bangle, and yeah, they're like, hey, a bangle, nice. The group consists of Najma, who we saw in the ending of the last episode, Cameron's mother. We also have Fariha, probably saying that wrong, Salim, and Aisha, which is the great-great-great-grandmother of Kamala, I believe. The British start attacking. We get this overhead shot where we see in the ground is a carving of the 10 Rings logo. I think that's just a little Easter egg. I don't think that's anything like connected to these people at all. I think that's just where the artifact was. But Aisha puts on the bangle and tells the other people, like, I got this, just like, get out of here. I'll meet up with you. And then we learn that's the last time they saw Aisha, so they don't know if she's dead, alive, what happened to her, what have you. And we learn that Najma is telling all this to Kamala. And she also says, hey, we're actually from another dimension. And, yeah, we're called, what are they? The Clandestines, that's what it is. But they're better known as the Jinn, which Kamala seems to be very shocked by. Didn't know what that was until later on the episode, which I'll get to in a bit. But we learned that the power that Kamala has is called the Noor, and everybody from that dimension has that power in them, but since these individuals were exiled from their dimension and brought to this one, their powers aren't as strong, but it's also what helps them, age slower, so that's part of their powers there. But since Kamala was born in this dimension that we're seeing her in, it's very possible that she can unlock the full potential of the Noor. And it's also possible that Cameron can as well, since he was born in this dimension. And that's a little nod to him having powers in the comics. Forget his superhero name, but I know for sure that he is a character in the comics that has powers. But yeah, maybe we'll see that at some point in the future. Probably not in this season, but maybe in a future season if they plan to do more, which I really hope so, or possibly in a future movie. But yeah, let's move on here. We learn a little bit about the Jinn from Yusuf. Bruno's like trying to help Kamala figure out what's going on with them and try to help them get back home. And Yusuf ends up going to the convenience store and seeing that he's studying it, and then reads it for him, and this is what he read here. Let me see. Supernatural beings of pre-Islamic folklore, the Jinn have had many names across time and cultures. Some call them genies, others demons. Legend tells of a group of hidden Jinn, exiled from their home world and damned to live out their days trapped in our own. They move in the shadows, searching for the key that will help them get home, but to unlock such an ancient barrier will require primordial power. So yeah, they're basically demons, and that's why Kamala was so shocked, because Jinn are basically like the ghost stories for their culture. Yeah, let me see here. Muniba, Kamala's mom, keeps growing on me each episode. I feel bad for being so mad at her in the first episode review, but yeah, the moment she has with Kamala here, saying like, you don't have to do anything alone, Kamala hugging her and stuff, that made me very emotional. Also, I forget what the guy's name is, but the guy that says like, good is not a thing you are, it's a thing you do, that made me emotional as well. And then that moment that Yusuf has with Amir, Kamala's brother, later on in the episode before his wedding also made me emotional. So 3 times that I got emotional during this episode. Keeping up the trend with Obi-Wan Kenobi. because that was the exact number of times I got emotional in that episode as well. Let me see here. Don't want to skip over anything important. Bruno made Kamala her mask. We didn't get to see her wear it yet in this episode, but hopefully by the next one we will. Let me see here. Bruno mentions a paper that he read by Dr. Erik Selvig from the Thor movies, played by Stellan Skarsgård. Just, again, making sure I'm not skipping over anything here. Bruno is like, it's going to take a huge amount of energy and things could go boom. So we need to prepare for this rather than do it right away. And Najma does not like that. She wants to go after Kamala and try to just take the bangle. And, you know, she's not asking anymore. That's exactly what she said. I'm not asking anymore. So she and the rest of the Jinn go after her at Amir's wedding. But Damage Control ends up stopping the Jinn and arresting them. It looks like Kamala gets away, as well as Bruno. And then Nadia ends up learning that Kamala is the superhero that, you know, saved the kid at the festival. I'm just going to call it the festival. I forgot what it was called. But, yeah, she finds out about that. And then at the end of the episode, her grandmother calls her and is like, hey, you and your mom need to come to Karachi, which I'm assuming is a city in Pakistan or something like that. But, yeah, because she ended up seeing, like, the same vision that she had when Najma ended up grabbing Kamala's bangle, and they both saw the vision of the train. So the grandmother saw that too, and she's like, you guys need to come to Karachi. So maybe we'll see that in the next episode. Maybe that's where it's going. Keeping up the trend with Moon Knight and kind of jumping around to different places. Kind of cool. The Bon Jovi cover band, that was perfect. And then they played Living on a Prayer during the fight scene. Very fun fight scene. I was surprised to see Kamala really holding her own during that fight. You know, she's still running away for the most part, but I think she did a pretty darn good job. The party looked really fun too, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, Cameron's mom going after her and stuff like that. I'm just like, ugh. So I guess Damage Control and these Jinn are basically the two main villains of this show. I would say Damage Control is most likely going to be the less threatening one, I guess you could say, the less important one. The more important one definitely being the Jinn. You know, for a little bit there, I was just like, is Damage Control just going to be the villain of this series? I mean, I wouldn't hate that, but it definitely feels more street level, but also, you know, there's that cosmic aspect that we have to bring into the show. So, just learning that these people are from a different dimension and learning the backstory of that, it's really cool. There's still some gaps to fill in, I feel like. Like, I don't know why they were exiled. They didn't mention why, but yeah, some cool Easter eggs in this episode, hinting at, or not hinting, but nodding, giving a nod to Dr. Erik Selvig from the Thor movies, and also the little 10 Rings cameo, or not cameo, but the 10 Rings logo in that temple. That was very cool to see, and very surprising. But at a point in this episode when Kamala and Bruno were cornered, I was kind of expecting Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, to show up. I definitely think she's going to show up in this show. I'm not sure when, but I feel like that would have been a little too soon. Kamala has to be able to get out of these situations herself for the most part to actually grow as not only a character, not only as a girl, but as a superhero as well. So, yeah, really great episode. I would say each episode is getting better and better. I'm loving this show so far. This is surpassing Loki for me, which is my favorite current Disney Plus show. If it keeps going the way it is, then this will probably end up becoming my favorite Disney Plus show in terms of Marvel, at least. But yeah, pretty great episode. So this is a spoiler only review. So if you want to comment down below with any spoiler discussion kind of stuff, I would definitely be up for that. I would love to see your comments. Leave a like on the video, and please, please, please subscribe. Thank you to the people that have been subscribing recently. Very much appreciate you. I've been having cool conversations with cool people, so I appreciate having the engagement with the people who watch my stuff. So thank you all very much for watching. I know kind of a short video when it comes to this episode 3 review, but like I said, kind of in a hurry. I need to go to the movies. So I will see you guys in the next one, which will definitely be my review of Elvis.